Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 GMO run, where today we're going to be trying a kind of ridiculous combination that I've wanted to try for a while. This combo has some of the wackiest interactions of any combination in the game. We're going to be trying the Renegade, which gets additional projectiles but loses a lot of damage, and the Engineer. So the cool thing here is that the Renegade additional projectiles work with engineering weapons, like they'll work with turrets, but the Renegade normally can't equip melee weapons, so we won't be able to buy more wrenches during the game. We just won't be able to find those in the shop. We also get minus 130% damage modifications, so negative damage will increase our damage by 30%, and positive damage will decrease our positive damage increases will decrease our damage. So every unique level 1 item that we buy for the Renegade is going to give us damage, which will actually reduce our damage output. So we're going to have to try to work around that penalty. I'm not sure how difficult this will be, whether it'll be really tough or really easy, but I guess let's find out. I'm going to grab another wrench here. So we get the starting wrench from the Engineer, and then this wrench, and that's going to be our wrenches. So we'll have at least 2 turrets, and you can see that combined with the starting negative damage that the Renegade gets, we have quite significant positive damage increases currently. I want to play on the opposite side of the map from your turrets usually to make sure that they're killing stuff. And then here I'm just going to grab some harvesting. So I need to remember that every unique level 1 item I buy is going to decrease our percent damage, and we can't roll into more wrenches, so what other weapons we buy I think is going to be a kind of interesting thing. I think I might go for tasers actually. Slowing down enemies and getting 4 support tags seems pretty good, so let's do that. Elemental damage, we can... So if I buy elemental damage, it's going to decrease my damage. So the taser elemental damage tag is going to actually decrease my damage, buying base damage. So we're going to have to just not do that. I'm not going to buy the Scared Sausage for that reason, because we're going to be decreasing our base elemental damage. But let's roll here, and if I buy Head Injury, that'll decrease my damage as well. But if I buy Insanity, that'll increase my damage. So we buy that, and we get... No, wait. Okay, so that just worked at minus 3% damage. Oh, because it's a unique item for Renegade. Because I got plus 10% damage from Renegade, and then minus 3% damage. So we ended up with a little bit of decreased damage. Okay, well, we're learning. Let's roll again, and I'm just going to try to roll into more tasers. Sharp Bullet is going to be good. This will still decrease my damage, I guess. But I guess if I just buy everything with negative percent damage on it, then if we buy subsequent copies of it, where the Renegade bonus no longer applies, it'll start being good for us. Any turrets we find, obviously, like the turret items we find, are going to be incredibly valuable for this character, of course. Like I said, I genuinely have no idea how difficult or easy this character is going to be to play. Goat Skull gives me nothing, right? So we lose damage by picking it up. We also lose melee damage by picking it up. So yeah, so let's recycle this, and then I guess I could take some luck. Luck isn't terrible. I could also roll for more harvesting. Let's roll for harvesting, I guess. Roll again, and pick up the harvesting, because I think I think it might be somewhat difficult for us to actually manage to maintain an economy with this build. So we'll buy this, and then... So my theory is that we should just lose a couple percentage points of damage when we pick up the Sharp Bullet here, which I'm just going to do now. Actually, maybe I should get the propeller hat because it's a good economy item. Yeah, so we went from 114. So that's interesting. So that's basically even. It's not doing anything. It's just giving me the actual negative percent damage from the Insanity and the propeller hat. So maybe that's actually not working entirely the way I expect it to. We're doing some science here. So I'm going to buy a positive damage item just to see whether my damage does actually decrease. Just to make sure I'm understanding the mechanic. If I happen to see one. We'll get more harvesting here, though. You can start growing by multiples per level. And then here, I'll just take 5 luck. Increasing our luck seems good as well. We'll buy another taser, and then... So, does this just give me minus 5% damage when I buy the sharp bullet? Let's find out. No, it gives me minus 1% damage. Okay, so it is interacting with the Renegade. We just happened to get 2 items that rounded to the same number as the listed number. Here, I'm going to buy the weird food, lock the metal, because we are going to want that, even though it increases our damage, and then I'll roll here. And then, of course, we'll want the wheelbarrow, we'll want the taser, and we will want the beanie. So I guess we're just locking everything. Going to need to increase my... my HP, if possible. And I'm really hoping to find some turret items. Also, any engineering that I can buy would be pretty valuable, because engineering isn't affected by the damage penalties that we suffer from. Or damage bonuses. If I can get the items that decrease my damage and give me engineering, that'll be pretty nice. Here, any of these that I buy will decrease our damage, so let's roll. And then, do I want HP or engineering? I think I'm going to buy HP first. I'm kind of worried that we're just going to die here. And then I'll just take 5 luck rather than spend money on rolling, because I know there's a lot of stuff in the shop that I want, so I want to make sure we can afford to buy as many of these as possible. Buy this. I will do 1 reroll. Landmines is great. That's just another solid item for us, and I guess we'll upgrade the tasers. Might as well. I think I probably should have bought that scared sausage, because I think we would have been able to increase our elemental damage. So maybe it was a mistake to pass on that. This is, like I said, an extremely weird character combo, so we are learning as we go. Having to do some math. Hate it when there's addition in video games. Do I want the 7% crit chance? I guess that's fine. It's a level 3 upgrade. Plant gives me some regeneration, and that will probably be a little better than lifesteal for this build. Both will be good, but I think I'm just going to buy out this whole shop. So when I buy the metal here... Oh, except if I buy the plant, we lose damage as well because of the Renegade buff. So does that change anything? I don't think it does. So if I buy the metal, we're going to decrease our percent damage a little bit, right? Yeah, so, but only by 1%, because we lost 30% of 3. So by slightly less than 1%. And then we will buy the landmines and lose 3% damage. So every unique item I buy is costing me 3% damage. Then we'll buy the taser here, and I will spend 3% damage, I think, on the plant, and a free reroll, and the ability to buy future plants. Lost Duck is good, because if I buy that, it'll increase my elemental damage, right? I guess it's being rounded, so we'll see. And then the Ugly Tooth we will definitely want. That will help us stay alive. I will roll 1 more time here, and we will buy the taser. Butterfly, again, reduce my elemental damage, increases my, my taser damage. Though I am losing a lot of percent damage, so I'm going to need to find negative percent damage items to fix that. Weird Ghost, I think we can also afford going into Wave 7, so I will lock that as well. Oops, immediately triggered my own landmine there. Would love a Pocket Factory. That would be kind of the best item for this character, of course. I feel like we can support Weird Ghost going into Wave 7 because we have decent consumable healing and okay luck for this stage in the game. Nothing, like, spectacular or anything, but... making decent income at this point. Do I want just 4 engineering, or do I want 6 max HP? I think I'll just take the leveled up engineering. And then let's grab some movement speed here, just to make sure I can actually dodge effectively. Let's buy out this shop. So when I buy the butterfly, we're going to lose 3% damage, but potentially gain 1 elemental damage. No, that decreased. Okay, so why is... Oh, because the renegade only changes percent damage modifications. Oh, of course. Okay. Whoops. So I've been doing that a little bit wrong. So we definitely shouldn't have bought this butterfly. Now we got a turret, though. Turret is going to be really good, and I will buy the bat as well. I'll lock the crown, because our harvesting will be very nice also. Okay, so I'm learning. Wisdom gives me negative percent damage, but then we lose damage over the wave. So we'll start with higher damage, but then lose damage. I don't think the numbers support buying the wisdom, though. So I'm hoping that we drop a consumable soon, because then I will feel a little bit better. I mean, our lifesteal is reasonably good at keeping us alive right now, but the consumable made me much safer. Still doing decent damage output at this stage. Yeah, so I was thinking that the Renegade decreased all of our damage modifiers, but of course that's not correct. The Renegade only does percentage damage, so by decreasing my elemental damage, I am actually decreasing my elemental damage. Here, I'm just going to take 9 HP. I could grab 4 engineering, but the HP is going to be more important, I think. And then let's make sure we buy the bag and the crown. And then can I afford both of these? That's 154, so perfect. We can buy the taser and the cake. And cake still costs me damage. I really need to find items that we've already found so that we're not losing even more money. Alright, let's buy the nuke launcher. That's just a fun thing to buy, and with the Renegade's extra projectiles, that's just going to be awesome. And then we will, I think, buy the Scared Sausage as well. I can start increasing my elemental damage. And it's pretty fun with the turrets. And yeah, nothing else to buy. Let's go to the next wave. Obviously, the nuke launcher is gonna make some things a little bit easier, and we won't be relying on the engineering component of this build as much, but it'll still be good for us. We've got 3 turrets, which are doing a lot of decent damage already, just by virtue of the number of projectiles that they fire. So that's a real component of our wave clear for sure. I do want to increase my harvesting further if I can. We will be reducing it a little bit, because I think I want to keep... Maybe I combine these 2 wrenches, actually, and just go for a flame turret. That might just be better than the 2 level 1 turrets. So, yeah, let's do that. I'll take 9% dodge here. We can build our dodge up. And then I think I will combine these, get a level 2 turret, buy the nuke launcher, and then I will lock all of these items and go to the next wave. Because the level 2 turret just makes such a big cloud of fire, it's going to really help with our wave clear. Now, the downside of level 2 turrets with the engineer is that if we get more level 2 turrets, like if we find them, then they'll stack on top of each other and be significantly less useful. For the engineer, you typically want no more than 1 level 2 turret. But I think that I would rather maintain higher level support weapons than have 2 level 1 turrets. And the level 2 turret, I think, is actually going to be better than 2 level 1 turrets for a wave clear. The multi-projectile nuke launcher, of course, is awesome, though. I also didn't want to decrease my harvesting that much after just after buying Crown. Duct tape, sure, we'll take that. And then, so now I do need to know that buying this will increase my elemental damage, but only by 1, because it's just being affected by the engineering thing, and we will lose 3% damage if I buy it. I think that's still worth it. Yeah, I'll just take the level 4 HP. And then right now our armor is quite poor, so let's upgrade that. We will upgrade our tasers. I guess I'm going to buy this whole shop. I don't really care about losing 1 ranged or half a ranged damage, and the Shmoop gives us a lot of bonuses here. So let's buy all of this and roll. Do I already have a lemonade? I don't. I don't have a head injury yet. If I buy head injury, that will decrease our damage significantly because it's positive % damage. So I definitely don't want to buy that. Lemonade, I think, is still worth buying, even at the cost of 3% damage. And then we will buy the Stone Skin here, which will give me only 1 HP for now, but makes any subsequent armor we find significantly better. Baby Elephant, I don't want. We just lose damage here. I guess that is okay for wave clear still, but I don't think it's worth buying. I'll buy the Alien Magic, though. So our damage is starting to fall behind a little. I've reduced our % damage significantly just by buying items. I was hoping to be able to stack up on duplicate items, especially ones that decrease our % damage, in order to gain more damage, but have not seen that many duplicate items of ones that we've already bought. So unlike the normal Renegade where you want to buy every different item, this build wants to buy duplicate items. Statue, we're definitely recycling, and then here we have no attack speed, so I'll pick some up, and then we'll grab some armor, because of course we have invested in increasing the efficiency of our armor. It gives us HP from Stone Skin, so buying armor is really good. We'll buy Alien Magic, that gives us a little more healing and HP. A rocket launcher, is that worth buying? I mean, triple projectiles is pretty fun, but we're building elemental damage, and I don't think we're going to build ranged damage, so I'm going to pass on the rocket launcher. Nuke launcher is too good to pass up on, but I think we'll pass on this. Helmet for minus 2% speed and minus 3% damage, but we do get an HP. I think I will still skip it, though. Let's upgrade our tasers here. Roll. Coffee is going to cost me some damage, but it is negative damage at base, so we'll pick it up here. Terrified Onion again. When we lose percentage damage, I just don't think it's worth it. And so now I can buy Propeller Hat and gain damage because we already have one. So when I buy this, we should gain like 0.66% of a damage, which didn't round up to increasing our damage, but in future will. And then we already have a Lemonade, so I will buy one of those as well. It doesn't cost me anything to do that. And I think we're still passing on these rocket launchers, although passing on the level 4 rocket launcher is a little painful. Currently, our nuke launcher is the only thing actually killing stuff, but that's how it goes when you have a nuke launcher. Our late game damage is going to be a problem. I will say I would have liked to find more turrets. The engineer is very likely to roll into turrets because you're tagged in the shop with structures, so you're likely to roll into more turrets and stuff, but this version of the build has not. We've only gotten the one and some landmines. More turrets to go with our additional projectiles would be very nice. This is also the perfect Strange Book build, if we happen to roll into that, because we want both engineering and elemental damage. There we go. Got another turret. This doesn't even cost us damage because we already have one. And Cog is going to increase our damage and our engineering. Perfect item for this build. Here, I'm going to probably just pick up 3 more engineering. I think our turrets are starting to fall behind a little bit. And then let's combine, buy a taser. I think I will buy Tentacle. Our crit damage will be fine, so we can buy that. We can buy Scared Sausage now without costing ourselves any damage, because we already have one. Roll a Flamethrower. So that will help a ton with our damage output. It cost me a support tag, but Flamethrower, a level 4 Flamethrower is just such a good item, I'm still going to buy it. I will reroll once here to see if we can upgrade anything, and then we can get both Metal Detector, which will increase our damage, and Compass, which does cost me crit chance. I did just buy the Tentacle, but bonus speed and engineering obviously are really good for this build. So great shop there. So I'm hoping we can... What I want is to have this alien clustered with have the elite clustered with a whole bunch of other enemies, because then the nuke explosions will triple up on top of it. We can hit it with a lot of nuke explosions at once. And we've got piercing shots, so we can actually hit it with 6 explosions at a time. Actually, even more than that, because the Renegade at base has piercing shots, so because we have Sharp Bullet and Renegade, we can really double up, triple up, non-tuple up on explosions. Alright, made good money there and got an elite kill, and an elite kill that gave us some pretty good stuff. While obviously losing 6 max HP and 1 armor is pretty bad, the jetpack, it gives me a ton of stats that I want. I will take the energy bracelet. While we do lose 1 range damage, elemental damage is more important for us, so we'll take that. Attack speed, still very good for this build, so I'm going to grab that. Especially if I roll into improved tools later on, the attack speed will be very helpful. And then we have 1 of each level of taser, so I have to recycle 1, unfortunately, to buy this flamethrower, but I still think it's worth it. Fairy is going to be great. We will get a ton of regeneration, but let's buy a boiling water and increase my elemental damage. I think it is too late to buy Scar and have it be relevant, so let's reroll here, upgrade our taser, and go to the next wave. Very curious if this flamethrower will actually do anything, but I really like how it looks. I mean, look at the the tripled up flamethrower projectiles are kind of awesome. Actually, would like to invest a little bit into some attack range to make that more powerful. And then we've got decent lifesteal, so the flamethrower will help keep me alive against bosses, which is part of why I think it's going to be good here. Making still okay money. It definitely could be stronger, but we're doing fine. I think I am actually just going to grab the 45 range upgrade because it's so good with flamethrower, and it's not bad for our other stuff. We will take the taser upgrade and the fairy. Wheat doesn't give me that much that I care about. I lose 1 elemental damage, gain 1 ranged damage, and 10 harvesting. At this stage, I think the harvesting just isn't worth picking up. Do I want community support? I guess I could pick that up. We probably won't get more than like 10% attack speed out of it most of the time, but I think it's still going to be good. And then here we will grab a cake, and this will increase my damage, but only by 0.33%, because we already have a cake, right? Yes. So we hit the rounding and went up a % damage, and then we will grab a Scared Sausage as well. Not going to buy an Obliterator, although Obliterator with Renegade is pretty fun. The damage output is just not going to be that intense, I don't think. I guess maybe I should lock it, and we'll see how hard it is for us to kill the Elite here. I think we'll be fine, though. I'm not that worried about killing Elites with this build, because we have the Nuke Launcher. If we struggle, I'll regret not having bought the Obliterator, because Obliterator is mostly to help you kill Elites. But as this Elite starts summoning, the explosions from the Nuke Launcher are just going to stack up to ridiculous amounts of damage. I do need to back off just briefly to heal up, but of course we heal very, very quickly because of the Flamethrower. We're making so many attacks, and they're going in such... they're stacking up so much that the audio cues from the game are lagging significantly. Like, I think my audio is delayed like a full, I don't know, 1/10 of a second or something. Just enough to be noticeable. Okay, so this one increases our dodge and lifesteal. This item is broken, like it seems bugged, but I kind of like it. I just think it's fun, and at this point I'm not too worried about breaking the run. We've already reached the point where I think our run is extremely powerful, so let's do this and see if we can just boost our lifesteal significantly. Here I'll grab 12% dodge, or we can cap our dodge faster. We'll lock this level 4 nuke launcher so we can get even more nuke launchers. And then I'm not going to buy this taser, the level 1 taser, because I'm going to combine these two tasers and buy the level 4 nuke launcher. So we don't need to buy a level 1 taser. We'll roll here. Vigilante Ring I definitely don't want. Alloy will give me engineering and elemental damage at the cost of dodge, so that's pretty good for us, actually. And we'll roll here. Roll one more time. I'll buy a silver bullet? No. So, I'm actually not sure how this works. So, Insanity is going to be good for me because it just costs me damage, gives me crit chance, and both of those are good things, so we'll buy that. And then Small Magazine is also good, it's only upside. Silver Bullet, I'm genuinely not sure how that will work with the Renegade passive. Does Renegade affect, like, does that count as % damage for Renegade? I am not sure. It's not a, so it's a listed stat here, we have 0%. I'm going to buy it just for science. Unfortunately, this might cost us a bunch of damage, but I think I'm curious if Renegade and Engineer both affect that stat or not. We'll just have to see what our damage is after that. Then this next wave I probably have to save some money because we're going to need to... We probably won't make 800 in a wave to be able to afford the nuke launcher outright. So I'll just buy the silver bullet and then save the rest of my cash so we can grab the nuke launcher wave after. So this cost me some percentage damage, but does give me flat damage that we do need, so I will still take it. The incendiary turret, great, we get another turret. And then here, I'm just going to take the elemental damage, I think. We can increase that a reasonable amount. Okay, so we have 0% damage against bosses. If I buy it, we end up with 12%. So it looks like the engineer damage modification does affect it, but the renegade does not. It doesn't count as % damage. So that's interesting. Whether it's worth buying for 12% damage against bosses, it probably is. And then I'm going to just pass with the rest of my money here so that we can buy the level 4 nuke launcher. I could have bought the crit chance, but I don't think we particularly need the crit chance. And with Stone Skin, I don't really want to reduce my armor. So we need to hit like 900 materials this wave in the bank to be able to buy the nuke launcher. I will say this did sort of become a nuke launcher run rather than an engineering run when I bought that, but that's a very fun run for something to be, so, you know. Take the clover and increase our dodge even more. And then here, I'll take 3 armor. That also gives me some max HP. And my armor was relatively low, so I did want to increase that. Now we will combine these two and buy the nuke launcher. And then I will buy a small magazine as well, which will give me 2% damage and some attack speed. Obviously very strong. Roll here. I'll lock a tentacle. Crit chance is still good, even though I didn't buy it when it would have cost me armor. And don't need to reroll for 32. Let's go to the next wave. Very eclectic set of weapons here. Still relatively low single target damage on this character, but because we have all the explosions and everything, and because we have decent lifesteal, or actually now very high lifesteal, thanks to the GMO item that we bought. We have like 50% lifesteal. We're very hard to kill, because flamethrower plus lifesteal is just a broken combination. Even with like 10% lifesteal and a flamethrower, you're basically invincible for the first 20 waves. I think people undervalue flamethrower in general, because they think of it as an offensive item, and it's actually a defensive item. One of the best defensive items in the entire game, because being able to just get a little bit of lifesteal combined with the rapid attacks and piercing means that you're going to end up with just an incredible amount of healing. Diploma is good. Obviously the levels don't matter that much, but the 10 engineering is still nice, or 13 engineering in fact. Cake, we get plus 0.33% damage. Truly remarkable. Weird food I'll grab, although we do lose damage. No, we actually have one already, and then we'll take more dodge. Try to get to dodge cap sooner. Minus % damage items are still pretty good for this character, so we're going to buy all of these. And then roll. And then I guess I will buy a silver bullet, but I think plastic explosive is still going to be better. I'm not that worried about killing this elite, so let's get the explosion size. Then I will lock the silver bullet. So antique musket increases your damage over time. This is some interesting interactions with things that decrease your damage gained. But unfortunately, it gains damage over time, so it won't increase that significantly. I wonder if this is actually affected by like the engineer and stuff, though. Just sort of tap moving around the elite, making sure that we're getting all our explosions chained onto it. But as you can see, we didn't need the silver bullet, and the explosion size modifier is helping us with wave clear, so that was definitely the right order to buy those items in. Ah, that loot alien. Came out of nowhere. Okay, so Lost Duck, I thought this was good to buy for elemental damage. I think losing half an elemental damage for 10 luck is still worth it, but obviously it's not as good as I thought initially. We'll pick up the Panda, because this is very good. It cost me 5% damage, which will increase our damage. And then here's the Pocket Factory we were looking for. I can afford to lose some lifesteal for more dodge and luck. And then we'll grab more armor. Make it much harder to die. We'll pick up the Silver Bullet. Baby Gecko is very good. I do want to increase range. It cost me 3% damage, but I think that's still worth it. And then here, losing percent damage for engineering, I'm not sure about. I will buy the toolbox, though. I think we'll just pass on that. Head injury we don't want. And one more reroll. Oh, nice. A helmet and a tree. Can I buy both of them? I can, right? That's... No, that's 132. So I can't buy both of these. We will, in this case, just buy the tree. I think that will help more, but I'll lock the turret, I'll lock the duct tape, and we don't need the engine, don't need the pencil. This is a sweet run with some very weird interactions, having to figure out the math on the fly. I forgot that, you know, what applied to what, but honestly, this one was a blast to play. I think you could end up with a wide variety of incredibly ridiculous builds as a result of this. The Pocket Factory, if we had gotten that earlier, would have been tremendous for our wave clear and everything as well. Because the tripled shots from Renegade with engineering items are just so much fun. Wandering Bot, I'm just going to recycle. Alien Magic I'll take. Claw Tree will recycle, and then here I will reroll, I think, and probably do better than this. I guess I'll take 5 crit chance. Just help kill things a little faster. Ooh, Sniper Gun is pretty fun with the Renegade. You get the projectiles split even further, I believe, so we'll get 1,000,000 projectiles. I think because we already have an incendiary turret, I'm going to sell the wrench at this point, and we'll grab the sniper gun just to maximize our number of projectiles on the field, because that's fun to me. And then night goggles, we can get increased crit chance and range. That's actually pretty good, so let's pick that up. That'll help us kill the bosses faster, and we'll grab this as well. Okay, so unfortunately the sniper gun projectiles, only the initial projectile is tripled by the Renegade. It doesn't look like the extra projectiles get subsequently tripled again. That would have been too cool. Don't know if I've ever actually had sniper rifle on Renegade before. And there we go. We have defeated the bosses with one of the wackiest runs I've ever seen, honestly. Ended up with some pretty good stats, as well as 273 harvesting. Taking a quick look at our economy items. So obviously some of these were not as good as I thought, like the Lost Duck actually cost me elemental damage, same with the Butterfly. So these may have been bad purchases, but finding an early wheelbarrow, of course, excellent. Bag, obviously an insane purchase. Crown gave us 130 harvesting, so paid for itself many, many times over, because remember, that's multiplied by the number of waves, or like approximately half of that times the number of waves that you had the crown is the way to calculate crown income. So it's something like 800 income. Other than that, metal detectors did pretty well, especially because they also gave us small amounts of percent damage. And that honestly was just a really fun run. Alright, my friends, hope that you enjoyed that one. I recommend giving this a try, because I bet there are like 1,000,000 different wild builds that you can come up with using this combination. And let me know what builds you end up going with, whether you get like earlier pocket factories or something even wackier. As always, if you've enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a comment and hit the like button. Both of those things help me out a ton with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game content. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.